Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're coming across my face or this channel for the very first time, my name is Faithojone, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back again. It's good to see you. So guys, we'll be talking about the global talent visa on this video. So I've invited an amazing guest to come share her journey, her experience getting an endorsement from Tech Nation to move to the UK via the global talent visa. If you don't know what this visa is about, this visa has a lot of benefits. I mean, like within 3 to 5 years, if you're on this visa, you'll be eligible to apply for your indefinite leave to remain. And on this visa, you can migrate to the UK with your family, with your spouse and your dependents. Also, on this visa, you do not require to have a job in the UK. You do not require sponsorship from an employer. You can also travel into the UK and out of the UK whenever you like. And if you finally get a job in the UK, whenever you want to change employer, you do not need to notify the Home Office. I mean, this visa is so flexible and has a lot of benefits. So that is why I've invited this amazing lady that was able to get endorsed and move to the UK on this visa from Nigeria to come share her experience, give you guys some tips and advice on how to go about the visa. So guys, let's meet. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Faith. It's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Jadesola, and I'm a recipient of the UK Global Talent Visa. The UK Global Talent Visa, first off, is a special visa really for highly skilled people to come into the UK and help develop their economy. And they have about 5 endorsing bodies that help the UK government to assess the eligibility of people applying for this visa. So I came in through Tech Nation, which is the endorsing body that approves people in tech. And when I mean tech, you don't necessarily have to be a coder. You can be on the business side of tech, which is the one that I used, to come into the UK. So on Tech Nation's website, you're actually going to be able to see the necessary skills that you need to have within tech. So if you're under technical skills, you see things like software developer, you see things like UI, UX, cybersecurity, data analyst under technical. And then if you go on the business side, you see things like CEO, founder, CFO, product manager, HR, business analysts, growth marketers. These are like the people on the business side of tech. So depending on where you fit in, you can then now look at the criteria and then apply for this visa. And that was exactly what I did. I looked at the business skill side. I saw, I had a direct translation to what I was doing. So I had a fintech startup back in Nigeria. You actually don't have to be a founder to get it. You can either also be an employee within a tech company. So how Tech Nation has actually defined this is that you need to be working in a product-led digital technology company. And what that means is that you're working for a company that actually builds its own tech products. So I said earlier that, I had a fintech startup. So I had an app. So it was a proprietary product to my company and it qualified as a product-led digital technology company. So think of, companies, if, Nigerians are on this call. So things like GoCada, for example, it's an app, right? It's a tech company. LinkedIn is a tech company. Instagram, there's an app, there's a product, there's a digital product, that was built by that company for customers out there. So if you're working for a company that has their own products, then you qualify. Now, the interesting thing again is if you're actually a technical person, you don't necessarily need to be working for a company that has its own product. So you can be working for any company, but you have to have the technical skills. But if you're on the business side, then you need to be working for a product-led digital technology company. That's how they categorize it. And the only people that don't qualify for this visa are people that are considered consultants. So people that work for like Big Four companies. So then KPMG, PwC, EY, they are categorized as consultants. So currently, they are not eligible to apply for the visa, even if they are like technical people within the organization. In terms of like requirements, so currently technician has 5 criteria and you have to pick any 3. When I did mine back in 2020, there were 6 criteria and I had to pick 3. Now it's 5 and one of them is compulsory. So think about, a situation where you need to brag. That's really how this criteria has been formulated. You need to really be able to, show the assessors, your achievements within your work, outside of your work. These are the things that the criteria, is really just trying to draw out of you to say, hey, I've done X, Y, Z within the digital technology sector, and this is the reason why, I will be of value coming into the UK. Mind you, you don't need to have a job before you actually come into the UK on this visa. And when you come in, you also don't need sponsorship. Yeah, even when you want to get a job on this visa.
Visa has a lot of benefit. Man, you guys are chilling on this visa. To be honest, this is like one of the, it's not so easy to get, but it's one of the flexible visa like in the UK right now. Like there's a lot of benefits, guys. You don't even need proof of funds. You don't need to write IELTS. You don't need sponsorship. You don't need to have a job. Once you have this visa, and it's fastest way to getting your indefinite leave to remain after 3 years. Most work visa allows you to stay in the UK for 5 years before you can apply for indefinite leave to remain. But on this visa, within 3 years, you are eligible to qualify. And like, you guys are chilling. And now I want to be in tech. I want to go into tech.
So what it is if you get the exceptional talent endorsement, then 3 years is your path to settlement. If you get the exceptional promise, then 5 years is your path. And really how they look at it is, if you've been working in the sector for more than 5 years, then you probably would maybe qualify as an exceptional talent. If you've been in a sector for maybe less than 5 years, then exceptional promise. So it's like you're a potential leader in the digital technology space, so to speak. So that's how they categorize it. But not to even fret, like you may apply as an exceptional promise because you think you don't have up to 5 years, and your evidence may actually suggest that you should be an exceptional talent and they will upgrade you. And you can apply for an exceptional talent, and based on the evidence you've provided, they may think that you should be an exceptional promise, and then that is what you would get. But regardless, like Faith said, the benefit is actually very good. We underestimate what it feels like to have, a choice not to be stuck with a particular employer because they're the ones sponsoring your visa. The reward on this visa is actually very, very good.
You can even decide to own your own business in the UK. Like,
yeah,
that's amazing. Are you sure you're not going to start fintech this thing in the UK? Why are you not even thinking of it? You don't want to be a boss.
I'm on a break right now.
Jadesola decided to give her business, go and be doing 9 to 5. Babe, you need to work like now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This visa actually gives you that flexibility of being able to choose. Yeah.
So, how would you say your process, like your application process, was like? Do you think it was easy? Was it stressless? Was it quick? How long did it take so that people will be aware?
I have to be honest, like when I first saw the requirements for this visa, I was like, Jadesola, you can totally do it. But on second glance and the third and the fourth, I kept feeling overwhelmed just looking at the requirements because the criteria then wasn't very clear for business applicants as it is now. But on the other side, just looking at what you need to provide and the criteria you need to fulfill, it can be really overwhelming. So I went through that phase. It took me about 2 months to finally say, okay, I think I want to apply for this visa. But even when I finally said I was going to apply for it, I decided to go with a coach to guide me through my application process. So we ended up working together for about 7 weeks, once a week for 7 weeks. And then I submitted my application and a miracle happened, really. That's how I can really talk about it. I got endorsed literally in 1 day. So I submitted my application 2nd November 2020, got endorsed on the 3rd of November 2020, and the rest is history.
Round of applause. That is huge. You feel so relieved, like, oh, finally, I can rest. Do you know, like, when you're waiting for your visa, when I was waiting for my visa, it took 3 weeks, and it was like, I can't do anything.
I know.
Like, no, you're waiting for a visa. Do you know if you're
I
moving
know.
or you're not moving? I was just in one place because I don't know what to do with my life at that point, because I don't want to commit into something and I have to leave the country, and I don't want to commit, then I have to stay back in Nigeria. So it was so confusing.
Yeah.
So having your
Yes.
decision just immediately is such a huge relief. Like, you
It
feel
is.
so
It
relaxed.
is, because the normal process, like on Technician, you see that, you get feedback between 3 to 8 weeks. So I would imagine that the pandemic, assessors working from home accelerated the decision making time. But again, I think if your application is packaged properly, you'll get a decision very quickly.
You said you use a coach. Would you advise people that want to go for it to use a coach, or is this something they can do themselves? Like, looking back now, do you think you would have been able to successfully get a global talent visa if you had done it yourself?
So unfortunately, we can't go back, right? Knowing what I know now, I feel like maybe I might have been able to do it myself, but I have absolutely no regrets using someone, because my success story is already here. So I know people who have done it themselves and have gotten it. I know people who have tried to do it themselves, they didn't get it. And the good thing is, if you don't get it, you get feedback from Technician, and it's usually very detailed. And people have used this feedback to reapply, and then they got it. I know people who have also tried to do it themselves, they didn't get it, and then they went to my coach, and then she helped them to really structure the application properly. So it really just depends. It can be, more pricey, obviously, if you're engaging in the service of a third party to assist you with your application. But for me, it was totally worth it. I got my endorsement in one day, so I can't complain.
Yeah,
So it may also attest to the fact that maybe I was nearly ready as well. So it was, maybe not so much work that my coach also maybe had to do to get me to where I was not able to submit my application. So if you need help, I would say get the support that you need. If you think you can do it yourself, please go ahead and do it yourself. If you do it yourself, it's very cheap. Did I mention that with, say, £608, you can actually get the visa? The endorsement stage, which is the most difficult stage, is just £456. The visa application is £152. What makes it expensive is the NHS surcharge, really, which, if you're coming to the UK, you really have to pay for every year that you're on the visa.
Okay, what advice do you have for those people who are trying to move to the UK via the global talent visa? If you're to look back now, what mistakes did you make that you felt like you would have, if it was now, you would have made a better decision, and so that those that want to make that move, so that they don't make the same mistake? So what advice would you have for those people trying to migrate via the global talent visa from Nigeria, of course, because you migrated from Nigeria, so you need to tailor it down to Nigerians. Yeah.
So in terms of mistakes, let me start from there. Is a lot of us are not used to putting ourselves out there. When we achieve something, we keep it under the table. We probably don't want anyone to know. We don't have track record, or maybe we don't even volunteer for things that would put our faces right there on the internet. And really, like, how do you want to prove to people that you're all that and a bag of chips if you don't have proof, right? I had just about enough evidence with my digital footprint online. So I would advise that, one, if you're thinking about, using this visa, you need to be really deliberate about your digital footprint, and things that you take on. That is number one. Number two is, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a mistake, but sometimes we doubt ourselves, as well. And that can make people not to want to take the step. So even if the criteria is overwhelming, you can just take a chance on yourself and just try it out, because you never can tell. Now to my advice is be ready to do the work. The criteria is very strict and they're very deliberate. The statistics for Nigerians applying for this visa is that Nigeria has the third highest number of applications with technician, but they also have the least endorsement rate. And it goes to show that we're not maybe structuring our application properly, or maybe we're rushing through it. Some people are able to put the applications together in 1 week. It took me 7 weeks. I know people that have planned for the visa, for 1 year, so you can take your time as well. The next thing is, if you need help, ask for it. There are communities online, really, at least now there are materials online. When I was doing mine, there was really like things like YouTube channels that you could, leverage and see many people with success stories of applying for this visa and actually getting it that looks like us, so go for it, be ready to do the work. And if you're able to get it, you will not regret it. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. And if you don't get it, you can use the feedback as well to repackage your application or learn from that. But one thing it's going to do for you is it's going to help you to actually own your achievements and, start to really build confidence to do other things even beyond just migrating to the UK. And that's what this visa is going to do for you.
Yeah, true to that. By the way, guys, Jadesola has a YouTube channel where she shared her success story. I mean, everything in detail. She even invited her coach to come talk to people about the global talent visa. So if you're really interested in migrating to the UK via the global talent visa, head to Jadesola's YouTube page. It is called Talk with Jadesola on YouTube. But still, I'm going to leave the link in my description box below. So go check it out. Like, watch all the videos. I mean, sleep on the channel and do your very best to subscribe. Like, hit the subscribe button and encourage her so she can put out more videos and share her experience with you guys. So guys, this is it. I hope this was really helpful and you learned one or two things from Jadesola's experience and advice and tips. So I hope this helps someone out there. Babe, thank you so much for coming to my channel.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, I look forward to meeting you.
Wait to see you. Anyway, bye.
So guys, now that you know how to go about your application process, applying for the visa, and how to get endorsed, what are you waiting for? It's time to get busy. Okay, so if you've not seen the video where I talked about the global talent visa, I will leave the link of the video in my description box below. Make sure you watch the video, come back and watch this video so you would understand everything about this visa. Okay, thank you so much guys for watching. If this video was helpful, give it a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think in the comment section and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.